Hello, ladies and germs. Editing Colton here, you could say. There was a little bit of a technical difficulty when we did the sound effects in our recording software. I am trying to figure it out. I think I figured it out, but it did not. I've only found this out after I started editing our last video. So if you want to skip certain parts, because the audio will play, and then there's like a 3/4 of a second echo, and it's very annoying. So if you want to skip the opening intro, which is going to be right after this note, the weekend sweetness, which is right around 5:45, the Indycar intro around 12:30, the hockey at 32:45, and NASCAR at about 1 hour, 11 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'll do the best I can. Enjoy. IHN. Welcome back to the IHN show. I know it's been a while. 2 weeks to be in fact. 2 weeks too long. We are sorry about that. Work and school got in the way.
Life got in the way.
So
just a little bit.
So we are going to go back. I do... well, if you followed the show earlier, I would do a preview of what happened the last weekend before the intro. And I'm doing a little different now. I'm going to throw it in the opening monologue now. So, and that's going to be from this past weekend and Labor Day, just saying. So that's going to be, is that on setting 3?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's going to be from this past weekend and Labor Day weekend. So... because I actually had that all mailed up, but then we weren't anywhere. We weren't we weren't even in the same zip code on Labor Day. So, but where was I getting? And then on Tuesday you had to work. Wednesday you probably had. Did you work on Wednesday last?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I worked Wednesday and Friday, but then Tuesday and Thursday I didn't have anything going on. But I wasn't gonna record an episode by myself. I mean, I could have, but it wouldn't have been as fun.
Work from 3 to 7.
It'd been like, hi, I'm a loner.
Yeah. Yeah. I work 3 to 7. So by the time I get there and done with the show, it's gonna be 10, 11 o'clock.
Right. So it's just because, and then and also with that, I didn't quite, because since I started school too, I had a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't have the chance, unfortunately, to type up a script. And I worked last night after school, so I would have done it last night, and there would have been a lot. It probably would have taken most of the day to write it because there's a whole lot to talk about.
Yep.
So, and I didn't get the chance to type any of it, or type any, I typed very little of the script, very little of it. I got kind of the IndyCar portion down, and that's all, I didn't even get all of that.
So, we're going to have to go with our usual tabs.
We're going to go with our Friday show setup.
Oh, yeah.
So,
on a Tuesday.
Right. And if you see me moving around a lot, not moving around, but, looking at the screen and hitting buttons and you don't hear anything, is because my monitor was taken. Bitches. So, any good stories from the last 2 weeks?
Oh, jeez.
You have Labor Day weekend. You have this past weekend. You have the week of Labor Day.
Oh, jeez. I went camping Labor Day weekend.
Up in Mitchell State Park.
Yeah.
In Cadillac.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
Because you went up Thursday because we weren't able to record that
Sunday.
Because we were gonna record an episode Wednesday before Labor Day, but he had too much stuff going on, and then I was gonna finish the problems with NASCAR, but we're gonna push that off for a little bit for a while.
Oh, it's so good.
But when we do it,
good to be back on the show.
But when we do the problems with NASCAR, we will review what we went over because it's gonna be like in a week or so.
Yeah.
So
Now we gotta think.
It might be later this week, but maybe. Anyways, go.
So. Oh, do you got one or not? Because I got to think of one. Dang it.
Well, if you can't think of one, I mean, that's unfortunate. But
yeah.
So, let me think. What good... I mean, the first day of school was,
The very last time we will do a first day of school.
Yeah, thank God. But I'm trying to think what... Because I'm trying to think of stories between me and Dylan that I can actually say without having to edit it too much. And there's not a lot.
Yeah, we need to get him on this show.
Yeah, right. He won't say
it'll
be like this right over his head the entire thing.
It'll be a total gone show. Yeah. But anyway.
Actually, I have 2 fun facts today, but I just thought of the one. But
can't think of nothing when it comes to
You had no good stories camping?
Gosh, dang.
No good stories camping.
No good stories.
What kind of life do you live? Sucks.
Gosh. Oh, short-term memory loss is a son of a gun, isn't it?
Yeah, it sucks. All right. Well, if we can't think of anything, like I said, I usually do the last couple times, last 3 or 4 or 5 times or whatever it was, I would do since Chase Elliott won. I would do a short thing, usually about 2 to 3 minutes before the intro of what happened the past weekend.
Yep.
So usually it's like something funny that happened in NASCAR or Indycar, or when we get to hockey, like oh my god, Connor McDavid move. So
yeah, stuff like that.
And then or like a NASCAR, the Indycar finish, the NASCAR finish, and so that we are going to do that right now. So please sit back and enjoy, ladies and germs.
So this is a pretty good shot to show how much room they have.
Now Ross couldn't have been any higher than what he was.
And actually, he was so high that he got into the wall coming off of him.
So.
You see how loose the 98 is. He's coming up the racetrack at that point.
Yeah, Ross has got his right sides out in the grade, which you don't want to have. Anything wrong with that?
Not at all. So this is going to be the shot right here. Kevin Harvick goes underneath the 42 chassis and lifts right to the throttle.
Still there tight, still there real tight. It's almost like we're inside.
He's out of the gas, but he put himself there.
Well, real tight. Well, yeah, real tight.
It is again Team Penske front row, Will Power Championship contender challenger, Joseph Newgarden on the outside. Remember the festival curve. Indycar Racing is back in the Pacific Northwest. Great start, Alexander Rossi is already up to second. Here comes Hunter Ray in the yellow car. So the entrance boys are trying to get through. Everybody gets through with the question to be answered.
What a jump by Power, passion on the back. Guys are bailing through the chicane. Scott is in the middle. Dixon kept his car running. He's now got it reversed, trying to get it going. He's going to try to turn over Marco Andretti to get him out. He's going to come around the other nose of the car. I don't know if he can squeeze between those two. Brian Rahal. Dixon's going. He's going a lap. What a man he is.
Nice to see Marco moving in the cockpit there. And the AMR safety team doing an amazing job just to bring that car down gently.
You see several cars take the exit. Dixon's on the outside in the back there. Nowhere to go.
Andretti went right over the top here.
Cyrstal's car on the rails, triple right. Well, the other corners are fast enough where the turbulent air is just too much for Hunter Ray to get close.
You've got to remember earlier this weekend it was not a positive start for either Rahal Flanagan driver, Graham Rahal or Takuma Sato. The team felt like they were a little bit one step behind, but Sato said, we had a great weekend at Road America. If we can work it out, we can have a great weekend here as well. And he's just a few more corners away from victory, which would be his first permanent road course victory. An incredible result. He's made up 19 positions from his start. He's an Indy 500 winner. He's now a Portland winner. Takuma Sato wins on IndyCar's return to the Northwest. How about that? Phenomenal effort from the Japanese driver. Takuma Sato can add Portland to Long Beach and the Brickyard as his IndyCar race victory.
This year could be swept by Brad Keselowski.
2024 career wins. Look at this. Career win 25. A Cup champion, but so far the trophy case is empty when it comes to a jewelry. Brad Keselowski with help of his pit crew up there and will win the 69th 500.
Thank you so much for that.
He's out now. He's side by side.
It's a fight for the stage win. Side by side, dicing, trying to block, push. Allgaier has the advantage. Four wide as they cross the stripe. Photo finish for stage one. Our scoreboard says John Hunter Nemechek gets it by 13 1/1000ths of a second over Ryan Priest, Custer third, and Allgaier was fourth. Never in the stock car have they won the Brickyard 400. Well, the gap is closed now as they dive into turn number one. Here comes Keselowski, right on the back bumper of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Less than 2 laps to go.
Keselowski is there. The question is, where can he make the move? He is the closest he's been. Hamlin slides up. Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side for the lead here in Indy.
They touch down the back straightaway. Side drafting. Denny Hamlin back to the quarter panel to 2. What's going to happen down here in turn 3? Denny Hamlin with the position. Dives down to the corner. Brandon still there. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Brandon touch again.
Watch Eric Jones coming off turn 4. These guys are going to get slow side by side. Look at Eric Jones get around and get wide. Hamlin on the front straightaway.
Keselowski takes the lead. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Eric Jones up to second. Keselowski, Jones, 1 and 2. Hamlin falls back to third.
Holy cow, what a great last handful of laps we've had at Indianapolis. It's about to be the captain and Keselowski getting ready to drive in the victory lane in the Brickyard. Keselowski is gone on 2.
Roger Penske has never won the Brickyard 400. 2 more corners, and Brad Keselowski is going to bring that gift to the boss man. Here he comes down to turn 3. A big lead on Eric Jones, who is a surprise second-place finish.
And not only a Brickyard 400 win, but think about the Dusen. They were pretty much unheard of in the regular season. 2 wins in a row now coming to the playoffs.
Last week it was the Southern 500. This week the Brickyard 400 for Keselowski.
Hell yeah, he's on a roll. Hit me. Unbelievable.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So there's our weekend sweetness, as I like to call it, because I can't really come up with a better name.
Yeah.
So, without having you stole the idea from this person. Well, I somewhat did, but I really didn't. So, but so of course I turned off the mic so we could talk in the background. But so there's our opening monologue. We will now hop into IndyCar. Still messed it up. Jeez, I got everything set up and I still messed it up. Jeez, must be. Okay, so IndyCar ran 2 weeks ago on Labor Day weekend. And let's open the right tab, dummy. Open the right tab, dummy. Open the right tab. There you go. Now you're starting to do something here. It was ran at Portland International Raceway, which is the first time IndyCar was there since 2007 or 8. It was like 10 years.
Back in the Civil War days.
It was about 10 years. So
yeah.
Will Power won the pole and moves into second place with 54 poles ahead of Mario Andretti. If I wrote that down right. I think AJ Foyt's number 1. I could be, maybe an Unser is. I don't know. If you saw from there, it was even worse than last week. They didn't even, at least at Gateway, they made it through turn 2. Yeah. Hell, at Portland, they didn't even make it they didn't even make it all the way through the first chicane, and they already wrecked. Veach ran into Hinchcliffe, ran Hinchcliffe off the track, and started a melee of crashing. Dixon was actually in the wreck, but amazingly did not hit a single thing.
Jeez.
Was involved in the wreck, did not hit anything. He had a little bit of dirt damage because, it's dry out there. The margin of victory was 0.6084 seconds, and the finishing order was Takuma Sato first, Ryan Hunter-Reay second, Sebastian Bourdais third, which is good because Bourdais, he actually wrecked in practice.
Oh, no kidding.
In the last practice, so they had 2.5 hours to do to repair the car before qualifying.
Yep.
So they're just going like hell. Fix car. They fixed the car. He qualifies, I think, 5th or 4th, and then he qualifies 5th or 4th, is involved in the wreck, and finishes third.
Cheapers.
Spencer Pigot fourth. Scott Dixon fifth.
Unreal.
Simon Pagenaud was sixth. Charlie Kimball seventh. Alexander Rossi was eighth after starting from third. He got screwed over by a caution. I think he just came out of the pits and a caution came out. So I was like, it was terrible. Either that or right before he went in the pits. It was one of those two. I mean, like it was something with one of his pit stops and a caution came out. It was like terrible timing. Mm-hmm. So. Picho Fittipaldi was 9th, Jost Newgarden 10th, 11th was Tony Kanaan, Carlos Munoz 12th, Gabi Chavez 13th, 14th was Mateus Laced, 15th Dorian King, 16th Jack Harvey, 17th Alfonso Celias Jr., Max Chilton was 18th, Zach Veach was 19th, Santino Ferrucci was 20th, Will Power 21st, I'll come back to Will Power on that one, and these are all guys who were knocked out in the wreck. James Hinchcliffe in 22nd, 23rd Graham Ray Hall, 24th Ed Jones, and 25th Marco Andretti, who is the guy that went upside down. Now, Will Power, he started on the pole. What happened with him is, okay, they get everything figured out, they get him lined back up for the restart, and he goes through the chicane, and then so you have the front stretch, and then you have that little chicane, and you go through a really long right-hand corner, and you're probably in like second, third gear for that. Remember, they have 6 gears. Then you come through a nice turn. You're still in second gear. Then you come up to a really sharp hairpin, and you're going down to like 40 miles an hour. So you have to go down to first gear. You're going so slow. I mean, you could stay in second, but your car will stumble because it's at such low RPMs, and Indy cars don't like being at low RPMs. Mm-hmm. So Will Power goes down in the first gear, and the gearbox for some reason went bad, and it went into a false neutral.
Oh. So
what he did is he quickly hit the emergency setting, reset the gearbox, got going. He fell back from 1st to 12th.
Holy cow.
So, and then I think they told him not to use first gear, that there's something wrong with first gear, because they are way more technologically advanced than NASCAR.
Yeah.
The cars are sending them information way more than NASCAR is.
Yep.
And it was saying that there's a problem with the gearbox, so they're like, don't use first gear. And he actually made it to the first round of pit stops, and he had to do it in second gear. And again, since you're starting from a dead stop in second gear, Indy cars don't like low RPMs. You know, their engine, especially when you dump it. You're like, gotta pits full throttle. They don't like that. So he had trouble getting out of the pits, and then finally the gearbox gave up, and I gave up on him, and he was.
Oh jeez.
I can't remember. I think they said that. I can't remember what they said happened, because it happened on the initial restart, but since they didn't get very far, he never had to worry about it, because he probably started the race in second gear. So he never really dropped down the first gear, maybe through the chicane, but again, they didn't get very far for him to. Mm-hmm. So that's what happened, unfortunately, to Will Power. So it mostly ruined his chance of winning the championship. Against the third race in a row.
Yep.
Where IndyCar is at caution on the first lap. There was multiple DNFs, obviously, including, like I said, Marco Andretti, who went upside down. I was able to watch 85 to 90% of the race, and I mean, I've never watched them at Portland before, so I don't know. I have nothing to compare it off. It was okay. It was a decent race. The only problem is when they had long green flag runs, the cars got spread out, and it was just There was only there's only like 2 or 3 passing zones, and on the backstretch you actually have a really fast chicane, but it's single file, so it's like you can't go double file through there, which is unfortunate. Mm-hmm. So I think they should. I think it'd be cool if they widen the track a little bit more so you can go double file, but the race took just a little over 2 hours and 10 minutes. Cautions really saved the race. Now cautions kind of played into this a little bit, but if the race ran like Mid-Ohio where it was green the entire race, or you could do it on 2 stops, I'm thinking that IndyCar, because the race was I think 110 laps, they should extend the race to 120 laps to get rid of the 2-stop strategy. Because with the 2-stop strategy, you can make it on 2 stops. You have to save like an MF to make it on 2 stops. Obviously, if you do 3 stops, you can burn fuel the entire, constant high amount of fuel the entire race.
Yeah.
On 2-stop, you have to do extreme fuel savings because you have to make it 33-ish laps or more. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what the exact number is. So you have to make it an unbelievable number of laps. And it kind of makes the racing a little boring because you have multiple different drivers doing fuel strategy, and they tend to not be right in a row. You'll have a guy in like first who's on a 3-stopper, Guy in second and third on 2 stops. Guy in third or fourth is on a 3 stop. Guy in fifth is on 3 stop. Then it's it's not like 3-3-3-3 2-2 2-2 2-3 2-2 3-3-3. It's all over the place. So there's not really good racing going on because the 2 stoppers don't want to race because then they burn up gas. They use push to pass. They burn up gas.
Yep.
The 3 stoppers, they're getting held up and there's not that many passing zones available. So if they extend the race 10 laps, you totally negate the 2 stop. And then you have a constant 3 stop. So everybody's burning constant fuel the entire race. The only time you have fuel mileage, which in this case, the cautions kind of got rid of the 2 stop, but it still made fuel savings at the end. Like Ryan Hunter-Reay, he couldn't go full out till like 2.5 laps left, which sucked because if he would have been able to, he had like 3 times as much push to pass left versus Takuma Sato, who won the race. But so I don't know. And it's not like just that race. It's over multiple races. Like they could do it at Mid-Ohio. You don't have to do it at Indianapolis and Pocono because you don't have to worry about that. It's mostly the road courses that they do it because you're doing a lot of stop and go. So, you could do it at Gateway too, but so Scott Dixon is still in the lead in points at 598. Rossi is in second at 569. 69. Will Power is the third at 511, and so is Justin Newgarden. Ryan Hunter-Reay is at 462. Simon Pagenaud 428. Robert Wickens 391. Talk about him. Graham Rahal is at 378. Sebastian Bourdais 369. And James Hinchcliffe, that's 361. Really, Power and Newgarden are mostly out of it, unless Dixon finishes dead nuts last, and Dixon or Power or Newgarden finishes first because it's a double points race. So, but Rossi definitely has the best chance of winning at Sonoma for the championship, and I think it will be a really close race.
Yep.
At least points wise. So that's that. Now we will go to Mr.
Robert
Wickens. Oh, IndyCar also released their schedule for next year.
Oh, nice. Oh, replacing Phoenix?
Yes, they did.
Oh, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Hold the phone.
So, obviously, you remember the big wreck
with Robert Wickens,
yes,
yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Only a lot of it.
Yeah. These are the injuries that he sustained.
And this ain't gonna be good.
No, it is not. I don't think I'm on the right thing. I think I got it off of IndyCar's website. So hold on.
I suppose.
Oh, I got it off this, I think, actually. So obviously, if you know, that's not even the right date, so it might have been this. I just thought of this now because I read off his name. I didn't think about it till now. He has been transported from the hospital in near the Pocono area, the Lehigh Valley Hospital, to the hospital in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So he has. Okay, these are the injuries that he sustained while flying into the catch fence on lap 7 at Pocono 4 weeks ago, almost 5 weeks ago. He had a thoracic spinal fracture, a spinal cord injury, a neck fracture, the tibia and fibula were fractured in both of his legs, fractures in both his hands, fractured right forearm, a fractured elbow, and 4 fractured ribs, and a pulmonary contusion. It will be amazing if he ever races again.
True.
So it doesn't go into extent, the spinal cord injury. It just says that. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know where it is. I mean, fractured ribs, fractured ribs, you don't have to worry about. Your ribs will replace, it's just they're going to be kind of annoying. An elbow, you can get that fixed. A forearm, legs, that's going to take over a year. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to be racing for a long, long time if he ever does again.
Yeah.
Fractures in both his hands. Again, those happen. A lot of people, depending on how bad they are. He's not paralyzed, which is good.
Yeah.
Again, tibial and fibula fractures. So, again, that takes about a year for recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Everything but the spinal cord thing, he's looking at a year or more, probably 2.5 years before he maybe ever races again. Not necessarily in IndyCar, just ever.
Mm-hmm. So,
they haven't said exactly that his racing career is over.
Right.
But it's hard to believe. And again, they don't go into detail of how bad the spinal cord injury was, or how bad his neck fracture was, or how bad his pulmonary contusion is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be listed under that, but it's not too terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, oh, I broke my hand. Oh, how big is it? Oh, it's just like a hairline fracture, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
So, it, you know,
yeah.
just as an example. Mm-hmm. So, now we have the 2019 IndyCar schedule.
Here we go.
Oh, boy, here we go. Obviously, Memorial Day weekend is Indianapolis.
Yep.
That's not hard to believe. So, most of the schedule is the same. We did cover earlier, this came out on September 4th. We did cover earlier how WeatherTech Laguna Seca Raceway replaced Sonoma as the last race of the year. Sure, give me the printable schedule because it'll be easier to read. The first race is, once again, per tradition for a while, is the streets of St. Petersburg down in Florida.
Yep.
Down in Tampa area. That is March 10th. March 24th, replacing ISM Raceway, is Circuit of the Americas down in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
So, because they still go to Texas Motor Speedway, but they signed a new contract. In the original contract, they were not allowed to race at any other track in the state of Texas. Which is dumb in my opinion, because look how big Texas is. It's bigger, you know, it's the second biggest state by land mass.
Yeah.
Land area.
Yep.
So that's March 24th. April 7th, 2 weeks later, is Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama. A week after that is the Streets of Long Beach on April 14th. And then almost a month after that, you have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. And then almost 3 weeks after that, about 2 weeks. Of course, you then have the month of May. Mm-hmm. For the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500. Then the week after that, you have the Streets of Detroit, the duels in Detroit, June 1st and 2nd. June 8th, the week after that, is Texas Motor Speedway. 2 weeks after that, 2 weeks after that is Road America on June 23rd. 3 weeks after that is July 14th at the Streets of Toronto. Week after that is Iowa Speedway, which is now back to a night race.
Nice.
July 28th, 1 week later, is Mid-Ohio. 2 weeks after that, no, maybe 3 weeks. I'm sorry, I just totally brain farted. 3 weeks after that, is Pocono on August 18th. A week after that, August 24th, is Gateway Motorsports Park, again, a night race.
Nice.
September 1st, 1 week later, is again Portland, and then 3 weeks after that is WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. There is now 5 ovals instead of 6. Phoenix was the sixth oval. Now there's 11 street courses and 11 road/street courses and 5 ovals. So, and it's still a 17 race schedule. There have been talks about maybe extending it to 20, which I think half the reason IndyCar's problem is how many times, when you think of NASCAR, you know they are racing pretty much damn near every weekend from February till November.
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 weeks off that they don't have. There's obviously Easter.
Yeah.
They had the week before Labor Day, and I think they had Mother's Day or Father's Day off, or not, or both. So they have 3 or 4 weeks off out of the February, November. They have only 3 to 4 weeks off.
Yep.
IndyCar, I mean, they're averaging 2 weeks. They're averaging a week off between every race, maybe a week and a half. So it's like,
come on.
Sure, you can argue NASCAR has too long of a schedule. IndyCar probably doesn't have enough schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to keep them, because you don't want fans guessing. You're like, oh, does an IndyCar race this week? Oh, I can't remember. Whatever. You know, and then they don't watch because they don't know when the next race is.
Yeah.
NASCAR, they know there's either a race on frickin' Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
So, that is that. Give me your fun fact.
Here we go. Fun fact, I know, from that same website. This website is called kickafacts.com, about hockey, and then I just pick up where I left off, plain and simple. Same ol', same ol'. You're gonna get, I'm gonna need the mouse, because I'm gonna need a sound effect if you want to
Tell me which one it is. Just point at it.
This one. Once I get done reading this fun fact, there's 2 sentences. You press that button when I get done reading both these sentences. So you're gonna press it 2 times in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just tell me when to press it.
Okay.
Just like
point.
Point.
My fun fact: the Slovakian women's hockey team in the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, right?
Yes.
They qualified for that, the Slovakian women's team, and they qualified for it by beating Bulgaria in hockey, women's. The final score, Bulgaria got 0, and the Slovakia got 82. Oh my!
I don't remember hearing that.
82-0 in a hockey game.
Really?
Is unreal.
That's gotta be the most ever.
Unfortunately, it is not.
Oh my God! What's the next one? Hold on, I got another.
I know what I think I know what the highest score ever was. Do you know it or not?
I may have heard of it, but
the highest score ever was not 82-0.
83.
85-0. I think. Yeah, total gong show.
Still a lot.
A metric butt ton.
As what we like to call in the business, a total ton.
Show. Yeah. The second sentence, Slovakia, the women's team, but when they went up against Canada, oh my.
Yeah, we beat Bulgaria 82-0. You play Canada next. We got this. We got this. So
throw in the towel and lost obviously to Canada in Vancouver.
Women's, right?
Yeah, women's. The final score, Slovakia got 0 and Canada got 18.
No!
Oh my.
Papers.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah, yep.
Alright, here is my fun fact.
And then says, those are just empty netters.
Yeah, empty netters.
Yep.
Yeah, power play.
Yeah.
So far, for IndyCar overall, the 1987 kart season, this is when kart and IRL were two different things.
Yep.
Had 6 races that went caution-free.
Oh my.
And in that season, there were 16 races. So only 10 races had 1 or more cautions in them.
Unreal.
Just a few.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all right. And then you look at NASCAR, and there's only like 10 races that have actually went caution-free. But NASCAR, you gotta remember, there's more cars in NASCAR and they're longer races, usually, generally. So, don't think I got anything else. There is only 1 race left in the season, Sonoma. Obviously, it's this coming week, actually.
Yep.
Double points race, very important. So that is on Sunday. I totally forgot to look it up.
Unpreparedness, back at it again. Never fails.
Hold the phone. The race is on Sunday, September 16th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now you might say, why is it so late? It's on the West Coast, so it's 3:30 their time.
Yep.
And plus, it's actually, I think they did it on purpose because then it separates the NASCAR race and the IndyCar race. So.
Yep.
Wee, rack on, freaky brew. So that is all we have for IndyCar.
And we are now on to the good stuff.
The good stuff, he likes to say.
Yep.
All right, obviously hockey. We are going to start out with free agency signings.
Get that done and out of the way.
Yes. This came out August 30th. Noah Hannafin for the Calgary Flames was a defenseman, aged not 22 but 21. He was re-signed for 6 years, $4.95 million for $29.7 overall. Nice. He played in the 2017-18 season. He played in 79 games with 10 goals, 22 assists for 22. For 32 points, it's 23 backwards.
Hey.
For 21 penalty minutes. Hey. And was a minus 20. Oh.
Minus 20.
Yeah.
He's doing his Devon Shore impersonation of minus 20. Oh, that's pretty good.
Sergei Shumakov, 1 year, entry level is $9.25. Blake Wheeler.
Hey.
Obviously for the
Winnipeg Jets.
Right wing, age 23 backwards.
Yep.
He played in 81 games, had 23 goals, 68 assists. Oh, he couldn't get one more.
No.
91 points for 52 penalty minutes and a plus 13. 5 years, $8.25 million for 41.25 overall.
Totally worth it.
Just a few.
Yep.
A couple bucks.
Yep.
Also for the Whiny Peg Jets, Eric Comrie, a goaltender.
Nice.
Age 23.
Yep.
3 games played, went 1-2 with a .872 save percentage and a goals against average of exactly 4.
Nice.
1 year, $650,000. Matt Pumple for the Detroit Red Wings.
Nice.
Left wing, age 25, 2 years. Doesn't tell me because he's AHL.
I heard about that.
Michael McCarron for the Montreal Canadiens, age 23.
Hey.
Played in 18 games, 1 goal, 1 assist for 32 penalty minutes and a -1. 1 year, $874,125. God damn it! If it was $874, don't want it.
Yep.
$125. And then obviously the big news that happened just yesterday actually.
Yep.
Max Pacioretty was traded from the Montreal Canadiens to the Vegas Golden Knights for Thomas Tatar, a 2nd-round draft pick, and another guy I can't remember his name.
Oh gosh, here we go, guessing game. Here we go. Ready to go. I just had his name and I lost it.
I just saw it today. So
it's a young guy.
Yeah,
he's a prospect.
He's definitely a prospect. Nick Suzuki.
That's it.
I just looked it up.
So you're the son of a gun.
I remember because I made the joke. It's like, Japanese name.
Yeah.
29. I didn't know he was that young. In the last season, he played in 64 games for 17 goals, 20 assists, 37 points. Absolute stinker of a season.
And a captain.
Yeah.
But
30 penalty minutes for a -16. 4 years, $7 million a year for $28 million.
That's just a little bit. Too much.
Pocket change.
Too much. Just a little bit.
And also, for what I know, William Nylander has not been re-signed yet.
What about Erik Karlsson?
Not re-signed yet.
Jeepers, Jenny, dude.
And also, it actually says on here, it says Nylander risks line demotion if not at Maple Leafs training camp.
Wow.
Woo. And also in big news, Mr. Steve Yzerman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Stepping down as Tampa Bay's general manager. Right now.
Yeah.
Today. That is huge.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about Stevie Y.
Yep.
He is taking an advisory role. He has 1 year left on his contract. So, and unfortunately, Detroit just re-signed Ken Holland to 2 years. So, but I didn't know that Steve Yzerman actually still lives in Detroit.
That's dope.
He still lives in the Detroit area.
Nice.
I didn't know that. So I was like, and he said he's going to move back up to the Detroit area. So I was like, ooh.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So, my guess would be he will obviously be with the Lightning for this coming season because it's his last year on his contract. Then he will either do a 1 year, probably same position as he will serve this year for the Lightning, or he will do a front office manager job or front office job for the Red Wings for 1 year. And then when Ken Holland contracted up, we're going to be like, all right, get your stuff and get the hell out.
Yeah.
We want Stevie Y. And then he's going to be the general manager. Or, so that's A, and that's A is he stays with Tampa for another year after this, and he signs with Detroit. B is he signs with Detroit for 1 year as some front office job and then becomes general manager. C is after this year, they say, all right, Ken Holland, leave. Mm-hmm. They fire him, and then they hire Stevie Y. So, and then obviously option D is he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's done. So, I don't know what's going to happen. He had a press conference not too long ago, I think at 4 o'clock, and it's 4:23 as we're recording this, so. He might have said something in that. So now we'll move on to controversy.
Can I start us off?
For what?
Controversy.
What is yours again?
I heard this morning is the Vegas Golden Knights are in the hunt for Erik Karlsson if he doesn't re-sign.
I don't doubt it.
I know.
There's a lot of teams that are.
If Karlsson doesn't re-sign and goes to Vegas, Vegas is going to be overpowered, dude.
Oh, it's going to be them in Toronto in the finals.
Yeah. And then it's going to be Vegas and St. Louis in the Western Finals.
We're not making our picks now.
No, not yet.
Not yet. We still have to do fantasy.
Yep.
Speaking of Karlsson, number 50 for the top 50 current NHL players. William Karlsson, center for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Nice.
53 goals. That's all it tells me. And 78 points. So he had, 35 assists? And a plus 49, obviously the most. And he was actually tied second in the league with shorthanded goals at 4.
Nice.
Number 49. If you go to the NHL, if you just type in NHL top 50 players, you can see it. Number 49. Here, I'll give you. See if you can do this. Okay. New York Islanders and as a center.
Oh, Matthew Barzal.
Nice. I gotta have you wrote this down. He had 85 points for 22 goals, 63 assists, tied 13th in the league.
I'd rather guess than go to that website.
Oh, you want to guess instead?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, boys, let's get it on. We all know that guessing game.
48, left wing, Smashville.
Oh, great. Oh, well, never mind. Google. Gosh dang it.
He was on the top 20 wingers.
Philip Forsberg?
Nice.
64
points, 26 goals, 38 assists in 67 games. So he just averaged under a point a game.
Yup.
Number 47, defenseman for the one-up Winnipeg Jets. This one's pretty easy.
That would be none other than Dustin Buffalo.
45 points, 8 goals, 37 assists in his 7th straight NHL full season. That's not bad for an old
timer.
Geezer.
33-year-old
33-year-old had 147 hits.
Jeez.
Just a few. And it was a plus 15.
He's the new Nicholas Kronwall.
He played in 69 games.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Also a defenseman for the Dallas Stars.
That would be none other than John Klingberg.
67 points in 82 games, not bad, and was one behind John Carlson for the most.
I love how John Klingberg's Canadian, but his last name is German.
Yeah.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, no kidding. He had 8 goals, 59 assists for 67 points.
59 assists. Dish master. Couldn't give him 10 more.
And it was a plus 10.
Hot dang.
Center for the Buffalo Sabres.
Center for the Buffalo Sabres, that would be none other than their captain, I think is their captain, Jack Eichel. Assistant,
He might be his new captain. They might be his captain soon, but...
Same with Dylan Larkin.
He had 18 multi-point games, including 3 with at least 4 points.
Hot dang.
Just a few. Nah, I do that every Saturday.
Pocket change.
Do that every Saturday. 25 goals for 39 assists. Number 44, right wing for the Boston Bruins.
Winger for the Boston Bruins, that would be none other than David Pasta Sauce. Right? That's pretty good. Let's get it.
35 goals, 45 assists for 80 points, 13 power play goals, and 26 power play points. So he was just as effective scoring goals as he was dishing out on the power play.
Yep.
A shooting percentage of 14.2.
Hot dang.
Oh, that's pretty
Sniper.
Good. Big nipper. He also had 18 multi-point games.
Little shot.
Yeah. Including 6 with at least 3 points.
Jeez.
43. This one's easy. Goalie for the Smashville Predators.
Oh, jeez. None other than Jose Saros. No.
Jose Saros. Oh, that is incorrect.
No.
Get out of here.
That's a padlock.
Yeah. He has played all 12 of his NHL seasons with the Smashville Predators. He went 42, 13, and 4 with a 2.31 GAA and a .927 save percentage.
Unreal.
Goalie for the Vegas Golden Knights.
That is none other than my very own, because I work at McDonald's. That would be none other than Marc-Andre. The McFlurry machine is broken.
29, 13, and 4 with a 2.224 GAA and a .927 save percentage in 4 shutouts with the Knights. Defenseman for the St. Louis Blues.
Petrangelo, right? Dinger, let's go.
15 goals, 54 points in 78 games. He is actually their captain. Did not know
Yeah.
And that is number 41. We will now move on to number 40. Because they are up to 31. Goalie for the Kings.
That is none other than Jonathan Quick. I don't know their backup.
33, 28, and 3 with a 2.40 GAA and a .921 save percentage. Center for the Washington Capitals.
setter for the Washington Capitals is none other than...
So far, you're 100% here.
Nick Backstrom.
21 goals, 50 assists for 71 points. 5th straight season, he had at least 70 points. 284 assists since the 2013-14 season. Just a few. Defenseman for the Capitals.
Oh, that is none other than John Carlson.
15 goals, 53 assists for 68 points. Oh, 1 point or goal short.
Missed season. Do it over again.
Yeah. Tied for third in assists. And he was second with 32 power play points. Dude, he's just dishing it to Ovi.
Dish master.
To Ovi.
Oh, in his office on that left side of the hockey rink. On the left side of the slot.
Right at the dots.
Yep.
Between the dots and the top of the circle. He had 146 blocked shots.
Dude, he is nuts.
Second only to the Capitals defenseman Brooks Orpik, who had 168.
Topped him.
Yeah, and scored 4 game-winning goals. Just a few. I do that every Saturday. Yeah. He had an average time on the ice of 24 minutes, 47 seconds.
Nice.
Right winger for the other team in Pennsylvania.
Right winger. The other team.
This is number 36. Or 37, sorry.
Right winger. Go.
5 seconds. Spit one out.
Couldn't.
Phil Kessel.
Dang it. Phil the Thrill.
Phil the Thrill Kessel. He had 58 assists and 34 goals for 92 points. It's his 10th straight season he scored at least 20 goals in a season.
You can kiss that 100% goodbye right about now.
Yeah, he's also played in a straight 692 games.
Oh my.
Only the third active longest streak in the NHL behind Florida Panthers defenseman Keith Yandle at 715 and
holy cow.
And the Maple Leafs center Patrick Marleau at 706.
Austin Matthews, no.
Yeah, right.
That's a bad one.
That's not even possible.
I was shocked at Keith Yandle. How long has he been around?
Too long.
Yeah.
No, probably just as long as Kessel.
Yeah, Captain Keith. Good lord.
Anyway. I just kind of gave it away. Goalie for the Winnipeg Jets.
Connor Hellebuyck.
44-11-9, set the single-season NHL record for wins by a United States-born goalie.
That's pretty good.
2.36 GAA, tied for 8th, and a .924 save percentage, 10th and 6th shutouts.
Is dang good. Let me tell you.
Just a few.
Yep.
Left wing for the Calgary Flames.
Oh, that's oh crap. Gosh dang it. Goudreau. Don't quit playing these games. God, the mind game. Let me I was this close to saying Monahan, but that's not right.
Nope.
So I'm still at like a 93%.
Yeah, you've only missed one.
Okay, we're doing great.
You haven't even missed it. You just skipped it.
Yeah,
you didn't even get it wrong. So
he
didn't guess to get it wrong.
Stupid timer. I knew it would ruin
Stupid
me.
Other team in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He played in 80 games for 24 goals, 60 assists for 84 points. Johnny Hockey.
Mm-hmm. I got Phil Kessel wrong because we don't care about the other team in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Defenseman for the Nashville Predators should be pretty easy.
Oh, that is not.
Maybe it's not.
Oh, shit. That's a hint. Crap.
Well, who were you going to say originally?
Roman Josi was who I was going to say.
Well, you could go with Ryan Ellis, but...
That's who I was trying...
That's what I was going to say, because I was going to say, oh, this is easy, but I was like, well, no, maybe you have Ryan Ellis. He's a solid defenseman, too, but... And you also have Subban. But Subban's Subban's up. We're going to be up there higher. He had 14 goals, 39 assists for a plus 24 in 53 points. Centerman for the Florida Panthers.
Oh, that is none other than Jonathan Huberdeau.
Oh, you got another one wrong.
All right, back to number 50. Do it again. Yeah. We're doing this again.
Okay, he is 23. Aged 23.
Aged, yeah. Gosh, dang it. Not Captain Keith, not Huberdeau.
27 goals, 51 assists, 78 points.
Hold on. What's his name? Let me think.
Led the NHL in shorthanded goals with 5. And was second in average ice time among forwards at 22:04. 1 second behind LA's Anze Kopitar.
1 second. Oh my.
He took the 5th most faceoffs in the NHL, 1,697, winning 908 of them, 53.5%. 5th in the NHL.
Vincent Trocheck. Son of a bitch.
Finished 4th in voting for the Selke Trophy as the best defensive forward in the NHL. You get one more guess.
Oh, gosh. Hold on. Okay, not Trocheck, not Huberdeau, not Captain Key.
They know where he's going to be. He makes everyone around him, whoever he plays with, Huberdeau, here's a hint, Bukestad, you can put anyone with, enter player name here, and they're going to become better. 5 seconds. Alexander Barkov.
Come on, that's his name.
No! Number 32, defenseman for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Gosh dang, Zach Werenski. You gotta be
He's the only other defenseman that's good for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, gosh.
Very American name. Very American name.
I know, you're about ready to go.
You got this wrong on the top 20 defensemen, too.
That's what I thought.
It took you forever to guess this one. 16 goals, 41 assists, 57 points, and 7 power play goals, and 24 power play points, 4 game-winning goals, 249 shots on goal, and a +10 rating. 23 years old, average on-ice time of 24.36, and 3rd in block shots at 124. Number 3, I believe. Could be wrong, though. 5 seconds. Mr. Seth Jones.
Gosh dang it, that's his name.
This, you should get right winger for the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, that is none other than Vladimir Tarasenko.
If you added them all up, you probably got him. You got in the 80s. So
yeah.
you got a B. You get a B.
Crap.
You were right at an A. Right at an A.
A plus.
And then you get to and then you got to who was it? Alexander Barkov and just
Tank.
Yeah, Alexander
Start
Barkov
tanking.
and Seth Jones. So there's 50 through 31 for the top 50 players.
Tune in next week's show when we announce the 30 through 11?
30 no, it'll be 30 through 21.
Oh.
They're doing 10 each week.
Okay.
Let's see what's Oh, this happened today.
This ought to be good.
The Boston Bruins have traded to the Rangers Mr. Adam McQuaid.
Oh my.
And received Kempfer and 2 draft picks in the 2019 NHL draft for defensemen.
Holy smokes. What are the Rangers thinking?
I don't know. McQuaid's not a bad player.
How old is McQuaid?
Not that old.
I think he's young, right? Okay.
He's pretty young. Well, no, right, he's 31. He's still in his prime though.
Yeah.
He's got about 4 or 5 good years left in him probably.
Gosh, man, that's a horrible move on the Rangers' part, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They should keep those draft picks because the Rangers are tanking like us. Because we need those draft picks.
You know,
I know, but the thing is,
they're doing a fire sale.
Who does a fire sale? Yeah, who does the Rangers have to do their rebuild around? Who's their best youngest player? Because they got rid of McDonough. Nobody.
I can't think off the top of my. I mean, you still have Kopitar there, who kicks butt every year.
The Rangers.
Oh, sorry, jeez, wrong player.
Yeah,
you don't really have anyone then. You don't really
because Zibanejad is getting old.
Yeah, you have Hayes.
Yeah,
kind of inconsistent.
So
I mean, they got rid of quite a few players before the trade deadline this past season.
Yeah,
I mean, they got rid of McDonough. He went to Tampa, and so did somebody else. I can't remember their name though. I mean, think about that. A few years ago,
was it Did Shattenkirk go to the Blues?
He was originally with the Blues, and he's now with the Boston Bruins.
Whatchamacallit?
I think he's with the Bruins.
I don't know. The only team in Boston we don't care about.
You don't care.
Anyway.
Not the only team in Boston we didn't care about, I should say.
Yeah.
And here is something very...
recent.
No, not recent. They put in a good somber. Oh. So, as the recording of this episode, it is Tuesday, September 11th.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Wild's coach, Bruce Boudreau, whatever you want to say. He was actually originally ticketed to be on United Flight 175 that crashed into the South Tower.
Oh my gosh. Unreal.
And another fact is I think Seth MacFarlane...
No kidding.
...was supposed to be on one of those 4 flights, and he missed it by 10 minutes.
Wow.
Or whatever it was. So...
Yep.
There is also... They do, of course, on around 9/11, they always do a bunch of documentaries. There was another one where this guy actually came into work 15 minutes later than he normally does because he stayed up 15 minutes late the night before to watch Monday Night Football.
Yep.
He came in 15 minutes late, and that saved his life. He said it because...
I heard about that.
Because he said if he would have been there right at...
Whenever.
Shortly before 8:40. He said he usually gets there before 8:45. 8:30 to 8:45. He got there, after 8:45, so his tower was already hit. I think he did work in the North Tower. He said if he would have been there, where the plane hit, he probably would have been somewhere in that area, because he worked near the top floor. If I'm getting that right.
I remember that. I heard about that, so...
Freaking Arab bastards.
I know, right?
Not all of them, just Osama and that whole Al-Qaeda group. Good thing we took their asses down.
In Osama, yeah. It's like what my mom says. They all need to be put on an island and blown up.
No kidding.
Yep.
Also on September 11th, on this day in NHL history, the NHL announces the expansion to Buffalo and Vancouver.
No kidding.
Plus, the Rangers defeat the Maple Leafs in London, and the Thrashers play their first game.
Wow, that's insane.
Yes, ma'am. And we're going to go back to September 8th because that signifies with us. On September 8th, Gordie Howe announces retirement after 25 seasons with the Red Wings.
Yep.
And also, on September 7th, going back even farther, 11 times Stanley Cup winner, Jacques Lemieux was born. He won 11 Stanley Cups as either as a player, coach, or an executive with a team. Mm-hmm. Just a few cups. That's all right. I have just as many cups as the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Got more cups than I have rings. I have fingers, I should say.
Yeah.
Got more rings than I got fingers. All right. That is, how far are we at? We got to be doing pretty good. Yeah, we're only up to 57 minutes. We usually average around that.
Nice.
So, we've been kind of speeding through things, though, but...
just to take care of the stuff.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this right now.
Okay, here we go.
What is the effect of Max Pacioretty going to Vegas?
What is the effect?
For Montreal and for Vegas.
I'm thinking...
I mean, we already said that Vegas is going to be a powerhouse if Pacioretty gets out of his slump. And I think half the reason for his really crappy season was he was with a really crappy team.
So, I mean... the Montreal Canadian Empire is now starting to downfall, and then...
Well, they won their last cup was won in 93.
93, yeah.
So, almost over 25 years ago.
Yeah. So, what's really crazy that I heard was, oh gosh, I don't know how long this dates back to. It dates back either... somewhere around the 1940s to the 1950s.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Maybe give you a screen so you can see if you can see yourself, dude.
1940s, 1950s, somewhere around there. One player, like this is how the streak went. One player wins a cup, and then a new guy comes in, wins a cup with that same player. This player leaves, and then he's the new guy. Or the old guy, and then a new player comes in, wins a cup, and then this guy leaves. That chain, you know how I'm explaining that chain, it goes all the way back to that chain. It still lives on today, but I gotta look something up of where that chain is.
Oh!
Yeah. The chain is still living on today. But you have to win a Stanley Cup is the thing to keep the chain going. And the only person on the Montreal Canadiens, Thomas Plekanec, needs to win the Stanley Cup for the Montreal Canadiens of a streak that dates back all the way sometime near the 40s, who's 35 years old, and he's the only guy right now, but the Montreal Canadiens have to win a Stanley Cup, and the odds of that happening are...
The odds of Detroit winning it.
Pretty much. So, I mean, that streak is donezo's right now because of him, and that's just the effects on Patch's leaving.
I don't even think if Patch already left, it wouldn't have made a difference either.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I think they'd put Patches either on the second or third line.
Second.
Yep. Either one. So, I mean, anyway.
So, yeah, think about this. Here's Tatar. Think of poor Thomas Tatar. 1 year ago, he was with Detroit, and he was his highest goal scoring. All of a sudden, now you're shipped off to Vegas. You get hardly any ice time because you realize that you're not that good.
Yeah, because...
you haven't been playing as good as you should be playing.
Every time he was on the ice and in the starting lineup for Vegas, they lost. Every time he was out, they won.
No kidding.
Yeah, I kid you not. I heard about that too.
Cool.
If Thomas Tatar was in the lineup, either on the fourth or third line, Vegas lost. If Tatar was a healthy scratch, Vegas won every single time.
No wonder they shipped him off.
I kid you not. Yeah,
bastards, bad luck.
Get out of here.
Get your crap and get the hell out.
No, yeah,
Pack up the Suburban and get out of hell out.
So now he's with an even worse team.
Yeah. Well, and then I still personally think Detroit should have shipped off Nyquist before Tatar.
Oh, yep, that's true.
I will argue with somebody up and down, and maybe some people say no, Tatar was a better option than Nyquist. I feel that Nyquist should have been shipped off before Tatar.
Yep. That's
just how I feel. That should have happened first.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But. I mean.
And that's what I was gonna say. They should also ship off Abdicator too, like what you said.
No,
worst contract in the
never
NHL.
Happen.
I know that's the problem.
Because you just said it.
Yeah.
Worst contract in the NHL.
And no one wants to take it.
Nobody will take that contract.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that'd take that contract is probably Arizona if they don't hit the cap floor.
Yeah.
So, and they'll probably take Zetterberg's contract, to be honest, because he's probably not going to play this season at all. But we could put him on the injury list.
Yep.
So we can at least use his 6 point whatever million.
Yep.
So. All right, now that that's over, on to trivia. Okay, I will go first. This is a very simple trivia question. I gave you
gets it wrong.
It's possible.
I know. I believe it.
I'm just saying for this and the who had that number trivia, I'm giving you 5 hints.
5 hints.
So,
all right.
The question is, who won the 1987 Daytona 500?
87 Daytona 500. All right, I'll take the 5 hints.
Well, actually, hold on. Before we start that, let me get a
not calculator, timer.
Yes, because we have new rules now because we've dragged out trivia to 15 minutes before,
which was awesome because it was a dang good discussion. I mean,
no, well, it was a lot of sitting around and doing nothing. So
thinking.
All right. So who won the Jesus, just kind of gave it to you there.
I didn't see it.
Good. Who won the 1987 Daytona 500? Go. I will give you a hint about roughly every 45 seconds.
Okay.
So.
I'll take one now.
He has won, I believe, he has won NASCAR Cup Series championship.
Okay, one championship. Okay, that's a good hint. 87 Daytona 500.
Just a few years ago.
Yeah. Next.
It hasn't been 45 seconds, but whatever. He won the pole for that race. He started on the pole.
Okay. 87. Go.
Remember, you get 3 guesses, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's also a new rule. 3 guesses, yep.
3 guesses in 3 minutes.
Yep.
First minute's gone.
Great.
Hit number 3. He won the race at Talladega that same year.
Oh, no.
Won one of the races at Talladega that same year. Maybe won the other one. I can't remember.
And
he won at least one of the races at Talladega that year.
He's got one championship. What was the championship year he won? Or is that not in a hint?
It's not a hint.
Dang it.
Felt like that hint would give it too much.
Great.
In fact, the next 2 hints will give it away.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give it to you right now.
Dang it.
Hey, come on, you have 3 guesses. Throw them out there.
1987.
1987. Think of 1987. Who are big name drivers in 1987? Now, don't you dare say who I think you might say.
87.
Who are big names in 1987?
Andretti was a big name.
NASCAR, not IndyCar. NASCAR.
Oh,
yes, Andretti was a big name, but NASCAR.
Petty.
Yes.
Petty was
okay. That's a big name. This doesn't count. This is just big names. That's a big name.
Okay.
So.
You got Petty. Gosh, not Earnhardt Sr., right?
No, Earnhart Sr. was about.
He was.
Yeah, he was bound. He's been. In...
He was probably a rookie in the 80s, right?
Oh. No, he was a rookie in like the 70s, 60s. He's been in NASCAR. He was in NASCAR for a while, dude.
Oh. Great.
He has the fastest record. Or he has the fastest lap recorded in NASCAR.
Oh.
30 seconds.
Around Daytona 500. Fastest lap, 30 seconds.
Fastest lap in NASCAR. You have 15 seconds left, is what I was saying. You have 30.
Okay, what track?
Not going to give you the track.
Great.
Currently has relations in NASCAR. Has a son in NASCAR.
Oh.
Currently racing in NASCAR.
Bill Elliott.
You had it with 1 second left.
Got it. Bingo.
When I say fastest lap in NASCAR, I meant fastest ever lap in NASCAR.
Oh, well, yeah.
Or I should say, well, no, that's wrong. When I say fastest lap, I mean not by time, speed. 212 point, whatever.
Miles an hour.
Your turn.
Here you go. You got your timer ready?
Oh, crap, I just put it away.
Oh, well,
I just put it away.
Go! Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Once you read the question, then hit start.
Okay. I always got something about hockey. I get the mouse. Okay, that's good. I always got something about hockey. The same old me. Let me see here. I'm gonna count. 5
Hints?
teams.
Oh, okay.
I
get you. Go. 5 teams.
5 teams. These are all teams that are examples. Dallas Stars, my very own Detroit Red Wings, Montreal Canadiens, New Jersey Devils, and Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
So know those 5 teams?
They're examples. What they have in common: their team name, not franchise name or city name. Their team name, like Ducks, Devils, Canadiens, ends with the letter S. There were 30 teams in the NHL during the 2000-2001 season. How many teams were there whose name did not start with the letter S? You need to guess the number and what 3 teams in the NHL for the 2000-2001 season team name did not end in the letter S.
Did not end or start? Because you just said start.
Oh, end.
End, okay.
Team name.
So it'd have to be if it was like the Chicago Black Hawk, then.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have, yes, okay. And I'm just looking for Black, just the Hawk.
Yeah, okay. Timer started. You need the number and the team names.
That's a good question. Avalanche.
1.
Lightning.
2.
That is a good question. I like that question. No, not them. I'm kind of like jumping all over the map right now.
The map of the United States, yeah.
No, not them.
No, not that.
No.
You only got 1 hint. It's a dead giveaway.
I know, so I don't want. I mean, I've heard of this before, and I really like that question, but I can't think. I mean, I ratted those 2 right off.
Yeah, you got.
'Cause I worked like that. I went immediately west to east, and I was like, Colorado, Lightning.
Yep.
Now I'm like,
I know you. How much time do you got? 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 guesses in 3 minutes.
Okay, at the 2-minute mark, you get your hint.
2:30.
Deal.
Because if it's that easy of a hint.
Yeah.
So, like, at, like, 2:15, start reading it.
Yep. Lightning, Avalanche. Avalanche is 2.
Okay, I'm not going to list off teams. I'm just saying teams right now until I get it. Okay, so
yeah.
Rangers, Sabres, Islanders, Flyers, other team Pennsylvania, Bruins, Hurricanes, Panthers, Capitals, Maple Leafs, Canadiens, Senators, Wings, Blackhawks, Predators, Lightning, Avalanche, Dallas, LA, Phoenix, San Jose, Anaheim. I'm missing like 8 teams. Vancouver, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary. Oh, Winnipeg was not a team back then. Thrashers were... Okay, that's Winnipeg. Devils. Hint. It's past 2:15.
Central Division.
Ooh, Central Division. Oh, crap. Blues, no. Son of a bitch. Wild.
Bingo!
Nice.
Hey,
248.
With 12. With
11 and a change. 11 and change.
11, yep.
Because it was 248 and change.
Wild. There you go. That's pretty.
Oh, I don't even get a ding?
What
kind of game is this?
Not one, but 2.
Yeah. That's good.
That was pretty fun to do.
I like that. I liked that question.
Yeah.
That was a good question.
It was. Was it ever?
Runs great.
Yeah.
All right. Now we will move on to NASCAR. All right, news for NASCAR.
None. All right, we'll see.
We'll pack her up. We're done.
Yep.
No, actually, good news. Big news.
Oh, is there ever?
Yes. We are going to skip the results of the Darlington race. We'll give you a preview. Keselowski won the Southern 500. All right, next news. Jamie McMurray is out after the season at Chip Ganassi Racing. And he's actually offered a ride at the Daytona 500, then as a leadership role at Chip Ganassi.
Sweet.
McMurray, this was actually posted shortly before the Brickyard 400, because this actually came out Monday and they raced Monday, but he actually won the Brickyard 400 in 2010. He has also won the Daytona 500, obviously. They also race in the 24 Hours of Daytona sports car driving for Ganassi. The contract confirms the number 1 will be open at the end of the season, but Ganassi declined to comment on signing free agent Kurt Busch. McMurray is went into the race 21st in the standings and must win the Brickyard to earn a spot, and obviously that did not happen. Also news, Casey Kahan did not race at the Brickyard 400. He was replaced by Regan Smith because he was recovering from dehydration from the Southern 500.
Oh my gosh.
Other big news, probably the biggest news in NASCAR in a long time.
And who gets to announce it?
Best 2 out of 3.
Here we go, boys.
Or should we do it Stanley Cup style?
Stanley Cup style. Here we go.
All right.
Ready? Here you go.
Right.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. wait.
Redo.
Right.
Overtime in game 1.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed it. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Damn it. All right, it's 1-0. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, 1-1. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah, it's 2-1.
2-1.
1, 2, 3. Oh, big game. We got a series now, boys.
Tied at 2.
Oh, with the head guy 3. Yeah!
Son of a were going back and forth there for a while. And
Ryan's great. This is you right now. I know.
In 6. Good stuff.
That was great.
In 6.
In 6. I just kind of pulled the Washington Capitals against Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
Won the last 2 games.
You mean win the last 2 games.
It just didn't go to 7.
Wait, didn't
go to 7. Furniture Row Racing to cease operations after the 2018 season. One of the NASCAR Big 3 shutting its doors after Homestead.
Unreal.
Due to the lack of necessary funding to field a competitive team. Mark that. Competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Furniture Racing has been left with no reasonable option but to cease operations following the completion of the 2018 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series season. Team owner Barney Visser said this is not good for anybody. The numbers just don't add up. I would have to borrow money to continue as a competitive team, and I'm not going to do that. This was obvious a painful decision to arrive at knowing how it'll affect the number of quality and talented people. They currently employ, I think, 61 people.
Wow.
So, they have been aggressively seeking sponsorship to replace FineArtAmerica Energy and to offset the rising costs to continue a team alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing, but haven't had any success. I feel like it's the only proper way to make the decision at this time to allow all team members to start seeking employment for the next year, which is very nice. You don't just want to say, yeah, we're shutting it. It's like, the week before Homestead. Oh, yeah, we're done after the season. Thanks.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that all our people have enhanced their careers by working at Furniture Row. And I'm sure most of them will have a job. For what Furniture Row has done. Mm-hmm. Most of them will have a job. And maybe some will be like, yeah, you know what, I don't want to be in racing anymore. Or they're like, they want to retire or whatever, this or that. Truex, who joined Furniture Row in 2014 as a driver of the 78, said, well, I am saddened, obviously, by today's announcement.
Yeah.
He understands where Barney Visser is coming from. And they took Truex in under their wing when his career was in a bad place, and together they reached the pinnacle of the sport. I will forever be grateful to each and every one of them. Of course, they are still in contention for the Cup Series championship.
Yep.
They are the only NASCAR team headquartered west of the Carolinas. Most NASCAR teams are right in the Charlotte area because that's where NASCAR is. They are in Denver, Colorado.
Wow, hot dang.
They started their NASCAR program in 2005, first as an Xfinity team and then later in the same year as a Cup team. While the team had its share of struggles in the early years, it refused to listen to the naysayers that a single-car team based in Denver could not be competitive in NASCAR's Elite Series. The second full-time car was fielded last year for the number 77 for Eric Jones. After the first 25 races of the current season, Furniture Row Racing career, NASCAR Cup Series statistics include 18 wins, 70 top 5s, 126 top 10s, 15 poles, and 6,142 laps led. The team's first victory was by driver Regan Smith in the 2011 Southern 500 at Darlington. And then Truex scored the other 17, all coming since 2015. So that is huge.
What was it ever?
The rumor going around right now, it's not confirmed, it's a rumor. So after the season, Martin Truex Jr. will be, quote-unquote, free agent.
Yep.
The rumor is Martin Truex Jr. will replace Daniel Suarez.
I heard that this morning.
Daniel Suarez in the 19 car for Joe Gibbs, and Cole Pern will replace whoever crew chief is Daniel Suarez's. Mm-hmm. Suarez, since Kane is out of the car at Levine Family Racing after this year, the rumor is Suarez will go there.
Yep.
I don't know. It's not true. None of it's true yet. It's just speculation.
Rumor.
It's all rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no definitive information.
Yep. Gossip.
You're right. It's all
drama.
It's all he said, she said.
Bullcrap. Yeah. He said. Yeah.
So, now think of this. Kurt Busch has not been re-signed, but he was re-signed last. Excuse me.
Earthquake.
He re-signed with Stewart Haas for one season at the beginning of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So his contract's up at the end of this season.
Yep.
Now, what if Martin Truex Jr. goes to Stewart Haas?
Oh my, look out.
The only thing I see that not happening is right now Truex is in a Toyota, and Toyota is going to try and keep him. Mm-hmm. So they're probably going to offer him a lot more money than Stewart-Haas would. I mean, Stewart-Haas might offer him, like, okay, for example, they might offer him, like, $20 million a year. You know, Toyota would be like, okay, here Gibbs, here's an extra $10 million, give him 30. You know, because apparently Toyota has nothing to do than pour their money into a sport that's sinking.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense, but Japanese ingenuity for you. So, the impact it will have on the sport. Because you have a major team. A major team. I would consider Furniture a racing team. Sure, they only field one car. They got a championship. They're in contention every race, just about. If not, they're in the top 10. There's very few races that they wreck out. You know, exclude Indy and Darlington. But
yep.
Think of the impact it will have. They had to close the doors because they had a lack of sponsorship. If this isn't an opening eye to NASCAR, nothing will be then.
Yep.
It's too damn expensive to field a car. This is just a one-car team.
Yep.
They can't even afford to do that.
Yep.
It's too damn expensive. Michael Waltrip had a tweet, I think, sometime last week. He's like,
oh, that's right.
If you look at tell me what does NASCAR stand for?
The National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing.
What's the third word?
Stock.
Is there anything about NASCAR that is stock right now?
No.
Not a damn thing.
Exactly.
The stock in NASCAR is gone.
Yep.
Now, of course, you're not going to have, a Ford Taurus going out there, right off the factory line.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you have to have your roll bar, you have to have all this, you have to have the certain size engine, you have all these specs. But the stock in NASCAR is gone. Mm-hmm. Mostly due to safety, which there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But stock, I mean, if you look at it, NASCAR in its heyday were fielding over 50 cars a race at ton points. Mm-hmm. Over 50. And now they can't even hardly get 40. I mean, at Atlanta this year, they had 36 cars. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. I mean, they have to somehow cut back costs for the team.
Yep.
Now, doing that, I don't know how you do that. With IndyCar right now, you have the Universal Aero Kit.
Yep.
That means teams cannot touch the damn Aero Kit. Very little they can touch. So there's very little money going into development for the Aero Kit.
Yep.
And NASCAR, I give it to them on this part. That's all I'll give them. Not a lot, but I'll give them this. They tried to cut back expenses. They were just doing it in the wrong fields. You do it with the pit guns. Okay. You do it with the tires. You have to start the race in the same qualifying tires. Okay. They actually got rid of that rule because it's a really dumb rule.
Yeah.
It's like over 36 races, you're not going to save the teams an exorbitant amount of money. Mm-hmm. Okay, for one set of tires.
Yeah.
I mean, for places like Atlanta, I would qualify and then put a new set of tires in. I'll start in the back because I'm just going to drive right up to the front because I'm going to be 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field.
Yep.
Yep. Because they're going to be on war because how abrasive Atlanta's pavement is.
Yep.
So I know at some tracks it doesn't matter, like Daytona and Talladega. Fresh tires don't mean a tremendous amount, because you're just full out the entire time.
Yep.
But you need to cut back. If that means, you give them universal or stock transmissions, or you give them stock, drive lines or parts in the rear end, whatever. Give them something that's stock. That's across the board. That is stock. Give them something stock. Give them something they cannot touch. In the rulebook, you cannot touch the spoiler. Mm-hmm. You cannot touch the splitter. Well, you can touch very little. You cannot touch the splitter for the most part. Mm-hmm. You cannot touch this. You cannot touch that.
Yeah.
It's all black and white what you cannot touch, Give them more of that. That cuts down expenses, Maybe provide a universal gearbox, because I'm sure teams are developing gearboxes that shift faster. Mm-hmm. They are pouring their money into making sequential gearboxes that shift faster.
Yep.
That last longer, are more durable. If you give them that stock feature, it's across the board. You save teams probably millions of dollars that are pouring money into gearboxes, and they also don't have to produce the gearbox. They just have to buy it.
Yep.
So there's many things you can do. That's the problem with NASCAR, is it's too damn expensive to field a team. Mm-hmm. That's why you only have 36 cars at Atlanta.
Yep.
That's why you average probably 38 cars a race. Mm-hmm. You can't afford. This is why one of your big teams is going out of business. Mm-hmm. You are losing your viewers, so sponsors don't want to say, yeah, we'll sponsor you. Why? Mm-hmm. You're getting maybe 3 million people watching a NASCAR race. Mm-hmm. So sponsors are leaving, everybody's leaving, and you can't find sponsorship, and now you have furniture racing season.
Yep.
Now, it's not going to be like, everybody's season, because what will happen with the big teams like Gibbs, Haas, and Hendrick is they'll cut back on cars. They're not just going to shut down completely.
Yeah.
They'll drop a car, until they're down to one car, and they're like, oh yeah, we're out of money, you ruined the sport, thanks, we're out of here. Mm-hmm. But now I'm going to go and compare this to kart and IRL, Indy Racing League. Okay? Is there... Don't say ARCA, because ARCA doesn't count.
Okay.
Is there another premier stock car racing association in America?
I don't think so. Not that I've heard of.
No. NASCAR is it. NASCAR is a monopoly. There is no other major stock car racing association in America. Mm-hmm. I mean, now NASCAR owns ARCA.
Yeah.
After 2019, they will own ARCA.
Yep.
So, or maybe after 2020, whatever it is. After whatever season, within the next 2 years, NASCAR will own ARCA. There's not going to be many left. I mean, and ARCA owns a lot of smaller series, like CRA Jags All-Star, or just CRA in general, and all this other stuff. So, it's not like the teams, from IRL can say, okay, we're going to leave, we're going to go over to kart, or vice versa. In NASCAR, they're just like, we're kind of stuck where we are. You can't go anywhere else. Mm-hmm. You can go down to tiers, but that's about it. You can't just say, yeah, we're going to go to this league. Let's go to ARCA. Yeah, you're still under NASCAR now. So, that's my 2 cents on Furniture Row.
Yep.
Now we are going to read the race results for the 25th annual Big Machine Vodka 400. That is the dumbest name I've ever heard before in my life. Mm-hmm. At the Brickyard. The Brickyard 400. First, Brad Keselowski. Second, Eric Jones. Third, Dennis
Hamlin, I heard.
Fourth in the 4 car was Kevin Harvick. Fifth, Clint Boyer. Sixth, Kurt Busch. Seventh, Jamie Mack. Eighth, The Shrub. Ninth, Paul Menard. And 10th, Ryan Rocketman Newman. Do you have it in front of you? No?
Nope. Okay.
11 through 20.
11th, Ryan Blaney. 12th, Matt Kenseth. 13th, Joey Logano. 14th, Kyle Larson. 15th, Chase Elliott.
Chase.
Never fails. 16th, Jimmy Johansson. 17th, Michael McDowell. 18th, the Mexican. 19th, William Byron. And 20th, Regan Smith.
Filling in for Casey Kahan.
Yep.
21st, Ty Dillon. 22nd, his brother Austin. Eric Almirola is 23rd. David Reagan, 24th. Chris Boucher is 25th. 26th was Ross Chastain. Corey LaJoie, 27th. Reed Sorensen, 28th. 29th, JJ Yelly. And BJ McLeod was 30th.
31st, Landon Castle. 32nd, Jeffrey Earnhardt. 33rd, Alex Bowman. 34th, Recky half the field and the snack bar Stenhouse Jr. 34th, Timmy Hill. 36th, De Benedetto.
35th was Timmy Hill, but you said 34th. But anyways.
Oh, 35th. Oh. 36th, De Benedetto. 37th, AJ Allmendinger. Yep. 38th, Bubba Wallace. 39th, David Starr. And 40th, Truex.
Speaking of Truex, he lost a brake rotor and went right through his oil cooler.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
They leaked fluid, and then obviously you can't stop because they have, flat tires.
Yep.
They have no grooves in them. The time of the race took 3 hours and 6 minutes and 35 seconds. The average speed was 629. The margin of victory was 0.904. Stage 1 top 10, Boyer, Kurt Busch, Dennis Hamlin, Kyle Larson, The Shrub, Keselowski, Almirola, Paul Menard, Chase Elliott, and Eric Jones. Stage 2 top 10 was Matt Kenseth, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Joey Logano, don't say it, Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez, Keselowski, William Byron, Ryan Rocketman Newman, and Jimmy Johansson.
Pronouncing his last name wrong on purpose.
Yes. It was Keselowski's 27th victory in the Monster Energy Cup Series. The number 78 of Truex and the number 19 of Daniel Suarez had to drop to the back of the field due to penalties from last week. And the number 0 and 51 had to go back for unapproved adjustments. And the number 5 pitting before the green flag. Nobody failed to qualify because there was no qualifying.
Yeah.
This was the first race in NASCAR's modern history. Now, I don't know what they consider modern.
Yeah.
I don't know if it starts with when Winston started sponsoring them or whatever.
Yep.
It's the first time in NASCAR modern history that they have not had any on-track activities before the race. There was no practice, no qualifying, no nothing. It was show up, rain, Friday through Sunday, race Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And they did 650 consecutive miles because they did the the Xfinity race at 10 a.m. and the Cup race at noon or at 2.
Yep.
There was 14 lead changes among 9 drivers: a shrub, Dennis Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, Kevin Happy Harvick, Matt Kenseth, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, and Dennis Hamlin.
Already said him.
Oh, I already said him? Did
Yeah.
I? No, yeah, you did the second. All right.
Oops.
I'll just say it again. Dennis Hamlin.
Oh, he's great.
The fastest lap was set by Kevin Harvick, which was like 185 and change. Kevin Happy Harvick. The next race is Sunday, September 16th at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Is that the first race of the playoffs or no?
It's the first race of the chase. I hate using the P word.
Oh,
For NASCAR, I hate using the P word.
The chase, yep.
Points after points after Indianapolis before they reset for the chase.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch at 1073, big fail already. Kevin Harvick at 1032. Marty Truex at 884, Kurt Busch at 881, Joey Logano at 849, Keselowski at 834, Boyer at 819, Larson at 813, Blaney at 781, Dennis Hamlin at 780, Chase Elliott at 770, Eric Jones 723, Almirola 699.
Hey.
3 easy payments of $699. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Johansson 627, Bowman 590, Ryan Rocketman Newman 532, Paul Menard 524. And 17th, Ricky Stenhouse 18th at 521. Austin Dillon, Mr. Austin out, deserved to be in the chase. Dillon,
yeah.
511 along with Daniel Suarez in 19th at 511, tied for 19th. The points after they have been reset. First is still Kyle Busch, along with Kevin Harvick. They are tied for first at 2,050 points, both with 50 playoff points.
Jeez.
Martin Truex. So they actually have a race worth of playoff points.
Yep.
So Martin Truex Jr. is in third at 20, 35, and 35 playoff points. BK 2019, 19 playoff points. So they all start at 2,000. Whatever many playoff points they have, that's their extra number.
Mm-hmm.
So Clint Boyer at 2015, 15 playoff points. Logano at 2014, along with Kurt Busch. Chase Elliott at 2008. Ryan Blaney 2007. Jones, Dillon, and Larson are all at 2005. Dennis Hamlin, 2003. Eric Almirola, 201. And Jimmy Johansson and Alex Bowman are both at 2,000 at the bottom of the grid. And that is the points. And the next race, like I said, is at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Second race of the year at Vegas. I don't care about the Truck Series right now. At 3 p.m. on NBCSN. Shocker.
Yep.
They don't put it on the Big Boy Network. And they wonder why nobody frickin' watches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, this actually isn't our longest show.
Unreal.
We did pretty good.
Hauling butt.
So, now the time to play our last game.
Who had that number?
Ready, go. Hold on. 3 minutes, 3 guesses, same rules apply.
Me first to tell you my guess? Or to tell you my guy?
Yes, so.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Who had... back at it again with hockey.
Shocker.
Who had the number 10.
I don't know.
Key number 10 for the Dallas Stars in the 2010-2011 season. Clock started. Number 10, Dallas Stars.
Do you have hints on that?
Yeah. His teams played. He played for St. Louis, Dallas, Lightning, and the other team in Pennsylvania.
Like, does he currently play for the other team in Pennsylvania?
He retired in 2015 with Tampa.
With Tampa, okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Age 39. National team is Canada. Left winger. Left-handed shot. When he played for Dallas in 2010-2011, he was the captain.
Okay, that should have been a giveaway right there. So obviously Jamie Benn was after him then.
Yeah. And then before this guy right here, before him was Madonna.
Right, Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. Steve. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I need the mouse too.
That was not a guess, but because I know he didn't play. He played Detroit in there.
His career started in 1999, 1 year after Dallas won their last cup.
Okay. Won their only cup.
Yeah.
Give me some more, if you have it.
Went to the Olympics in 2010. Vancouver. He won the 2004 World Cup of Hockey.
This is gonna be the freaking.
Was Vancouver?
This is gonna be the Arnold thing. I'm just gonna be like Jason Arnold.
Jason Arnott. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Arnold.
It's gonna be a lot like that. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't gotten him yet.
I know, I am too. Pissed.
In the WHL in the mid to late 90s, played for the Portland Winterhawks.
I've never heard that team in my life.
Okay.
Number 10.
Number 10 for the 2010-2011 season, captain of the Dallas Stars.
Captain of the Dallas Stars. Good.
I'll be shocked if you've never heard of this guy's name before.
I've heard of it, just can't think of it.
Mm-hmm. He played with Dallas from 99 to 2004, and in 2004-2005 season, that was the lockout, he played for the Oklahoma City Blazers, and then from 2005 to 2013, played for Dallas again. The 2012-2013 season, he played with the other team in Pennsylvania. 2013-2014 season, went to St. Louis. 2014-2015 season, played for Tampa and retired. 991 games played, 1,362 points. Three minutes, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Time's up, but you didn't have your three guesses yet.
It's 3 minutes or three guesses.
Oh.
Whichever comes first, so I've already ran out of time.
Okay, so what names were you thinking for Dallas back around 2010, 2011? What were the names going through your head?
One of them was, I forgot, it's Patrick something.
Nemeth?
No.
Patrick for a Dallas?
Maybe it's not Patrick. You know the guy that fell playing Edmonton with the open net? You know, he's skating down on the open net.
Oh, yeah, slipped. Oh, yeah. Oh, what was his name?
It was Patrick something, I think.
Gosh, dang it.
I mean, if I'll know it. It'll come to me eventually, probably next week, but that was one of my... I was thinking him.
That guy's name was Patrick Stefan.
So, Stefan, one of them.
That was one of your names that is incorrect. That was back in 2007.
Okay. I was going to say, he was one of the names going through my head. It's obviously not Marty Turco, because he said it's a left winger, but...
yeah.
I don't know.
The correct answer is... Okay, gotta get the mouse ready. Correct answer is... Brendan Morrow.
No, actually, I don't feel too bad about that now.
Really? Never heard of him?
I've heard of him, but I'm not like, oh, yeah, idiot. Not like the Jason Arnott thing.
Oh, man, that's still my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yours was William Karlsson and that one other guy.
Yeah. So we got. I'll go back one of these times, and I'll start keeping score about how we do for trivia and stuff. So one of these times, I'll go back to every episode about how we done trivia, and then who had that number.
Yep.
So I'll just start it now. I did not get it. So. Trivia, we both got it. We both got the trivia one.
Yep. Andy at Colton. For the hockey. Oh yeah, cover that up. Good thing I didn't see that. Good thing I did not. I did
now
not
this
see
is
that.
not snot. Jeez. This is not the normal type of who had that number. This is a little different. It's still a number, but it's a little different. What number for the Detroit Red Wings has been worn the most?
Oh, that is different.
Now it's still somewhat of who had that number.
Okay.
But it's what number for the Detroit Red Wings has been worn the most?
And you gotta guess the number.
It is a double-digit number.
Double digit. What else are my hints? Did you start the timer?
I started the timer.
What are my other hints?
I'm not gonna give it to you all right now, but it's a non-retired number.
That's what I thought. Not the only retired double-digit number is 19.
No. Sid Abel. Alex DeVecchio. 10 and 12.
Oh yeah. I was thinking Ted Lindsay, but he's 7. The double-digit number worn the most. I have my guess.
Okay.
For first guess number 1, 13. Son of a.
It's actually a lot more than you think.
Really?
It's a lot. Many players have worn the number this.
Blank. Yeah. Insert here.
Insert number here.
Give me the answer here.
It is less than 50.
The number.
The number is less than 50. Not the number of players that worn it. The number itself is less than 50.
Less than 50. 10 or higher than...
Higher than 10, less than 50.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's actually higher than...
11.
11. Not 12 and 19. So.
Yeah.
And less than 50.
The thing is, you only got 3 guesses.
So it's 12, 11 through 18, 20 through 49.
Okay.
You're at $1.30 right now.
$1.30. All right. I'll take my next hint.
60 players have worn this number.
60 players.
60 different players have worn this number.
Hot dang. Good Lord. Oh, I'm going to be PO'd if it's 22. Oh, it's great.
It's not 22.
I know. I was to say, there's no way it's not 22. 2 minutes. I'll take my next hit.
This is going to give it away. Adam Oates.
Oh my God, what was his number? I remember saying something about Adam Oates one episode. Speaking of Dallas Stars, what was Adam Oates' number?
My last 2 hints were going to be players that worn this number. Now, the last hint, I'm not going to give it until like 10 seconds left because it's a dead giveaway.
I have my second guess. 17. Son of a beach. Well, 20, since you're going to give me that last hint with 10 seconds to go. God, what was Adam Oates' number?
And I chose him because I saw him on the list. I was like, I got to write it down.
Crap. I think I know the answer now for my third guess, but I'm not going to guess it.
You don't wait till the hint. Don't be that guy.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be that guy.
No, don't be that guy.
2 seconds.
Give me the hint. Give me the answer.
Yeah,
give me the answer.
Give me
the answer. Not going to give me the hint.
Son of a beach.
Come on.
My last answer with 3 seconds to go is 24.
So
no, boo-boo. 23.
Thomas Tatar.
Son of a... Oh, that was Adam Oates' number, 21.
The number
right.
21.
That was Adam Oates' number.
Oh.
God, mother trucker. Oh, it just flames me.
I saw that because I went to the website that has I think almost every player that wore a number for Detroit, and I saw that, and I saw the number 21 60. I was like, well, that's my Gant, so I'm gonna see how many times he's worn that number. I saw that dude, and I was like, that's amazing. 60 different guys have worn the number 21
for the Detroit Red Wings. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what really grinds my gears.
So we both got 1 point on trivia, and we got 0 on who had that number.
God.
Yes, I like that question.
Never
you
fails.
are free to use that type of question.
Yeah, okay.
So, because I like that question. That's a good question. I like it.
If I do that same thing for Dallas, we're all screwed because I don't even know it.
Well, like I said, I looked it up on the internet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so if you enjoyed the show, which has gone not even record crap, it is open to iTunes, not even record length. Actually, you're getting pretty close to record length. But if you enjoyed the show, please support us on Patreon if you would like. A link to that will be in the description below. It will help us move from this to something
bigger.
I told you I opened iTunes. It just took an hour and a half to do it.
Yep. Instead of this and this junk over here.
I mean, this will still be here. But you maybe won't see it.
They can't even see this picture.
Yeah, I can't even see the sweet Mackinac Bridge picture.
Yeah.
But I got a picture over there. I'm going to put that
I was talking about that picture.
That's a good picture, too. I'm going to put that picture over in my shot when we get... Not that picture. The one over there in the corner of the kids.
You need to change that T to a P. Yeah. Like World of Warships. Ship happens. Yep.
So... if, like I said, if you support us on Patreon, I think I'm going to get the computer desk fairly shortly, though, because I'm tired of this. It's in the way, and it's annoying.
Yep.
So, if you also enjoyed the show, please leave a like, leave comments down below. If you want to know the link to the, our Patreon account, that's actually going to be in the new outro screen I've made. Along with our link, if you want to contact the show, it is ihnshow@gmail.com. One of us, we can start a conversation, or if you have questions, or whatever. If you want to start a conversation in the comments, please feel free. So, one of the things we're also, I think, I know why we didn't do record length today. Because when we did the 50 through 31 top players, we didn't change them.
All of them.
We didn't do all of them.
So change them in our opinion.
Yes,
that's right.
So
that's going to be a pain in my arsenal.
What I'm going to do is when we get down all 50, I'm going to list them out. We're going to move them around.
Like a son of a gun.
Yes. I think I know who's going to be number one, but
we all know who's number one right now.
Connor McDavid. So,
yeah.
Oh, who's number two? Arts election.
Yeah.
Or Kuznetsov.
Who is the worst player in the NHL? Cindy Crybaby.
Cindy Crybaby and his ugly twin sister, Evgeny Malkin.
Yep.
They are -3.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see more of this, please subscribe to our channel. And that's all I can think of, so... I didn't even notice that this actually steering wheel is just barely not in the shot.
Unreal.
You can't even see it. I mean, this is me touching it. I mean, you could just barely not see it.
By the skin on my teeth.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. That's how close it is. So that's the same old me. So thank you for watching.
Yeah, as you know, our show is a total...
show.
So we are going to leave the show on that. So have a great rest of your week. Please tune in for the Friday episode. I promise we will have a Friday episode because we will record that Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So as for Andy and me, this has been the IHN show.
Bye-bye.